Gangster Vikas Dubey has been shot dead in an early morning encounter in Kanpur. That is our top focus, and that's what we're starting off our coverage with. UP Special Task Force car carrying Dubey turned turtle while he was being escorted back to Kanpur from Ujjain. And the cops have stated that Dubey tried to flee and was shot dead. Cops claim Dubey grabbed their weapon and fired shots. 6 cops were injured in the accident and 2 others were also injured in the firing that took place. Several questions are also being asked now of the UP police. Dubey was shot in the chest and not in the legs as protocol. Questions also loom on whether the dreaded gangster was handcuffed or not, and if he was, how did he manage to get his hands on the police pistol?
जो विकास दुबे आ रहा था उसमें एसटीएफ की गाड़ी पलट गई और पलटने के बाद से उसने पुलिस की वेपन छीनने की कोशिश की, भागा। उस दौरान पुलिस ने भी रिटेलिएटरी फायर किया है और उसमें घायल हुआ, जो बाद में हॉस्पिटल में ले जाया गया और वहाँ उसको डेड घोषित किया गया है। इसके बारे में ऑफिशियल वर्जन जब आएगा तो मुख्यालय के द्वारा रिलीज किया जाएगा।
कितनी बड़ी उपलब्धि मानते हैं सर ये उपलब्धि है कि
ये बड़ा ही साहसिक मुठभेड़ यहाँ पर हुई है और जिस तरह से ये दुर्दांत अपराधी जिसपे 60 से अधिक मुकदमे थे, आज ये जब इसको लाया जा रहा था यहाँ पर एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, मुठभेड़ हुई है, उसके बाद ये मार गिराया गया है। इसकी पूरी डिटेल्स आप लोगों को प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के माध्यम से
बताई। हाउ मेनी पुलिसमैन हैव बीन इंजर्ड इन दिस?
4 policemen have been injured in accident and 2 in police encounter.
So was the accused under encounter में अब सवाल उठने लगे हैं। सवाल इसलिए उठ रहे हैं कि जो पुलिस की थ्योरी है, उस थ्योरी पर ही सवाल उठाया जा रहा है और कहा जा रहा है कि इतने दुर्दांत अपराधी को
Sir, was the accused wearing handcuffs, sir? Because he had killed 8.
Sir, आरोपी ने was he wearing handcuffs, sir? Because he was a criminal who had killed 8 of your men, sir.
ये सारी डिटेल्स, सारे जितने डाउट्स आपके हैं प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के माध्यम से क्लियर करेंगे।
सर, ये सेम स्टोरी कल भी एक जो एनकाउंटर था उसमें बताई गई थी, तो आपको लोग पूछ रहे हैं कि ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि सारे अपराधी एक ही एमओ और पुलिस का भी एक ही एमओ?
सर, क्या रिमांड लिया था सर? was the transit remand taken from the court, sir?
देखिए, इसको लाया जा रहा था।
सर, लाया जा था, ट्रांजिट रिमांड लिया था, नहीं लिया था सर? वेरी स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन।
देखिए, बहुत इसकी जितनी डिटेल्स हैं जो हमारे आईओ हैं वहाँ
सर, ये बेसिक डिटेल है सर, आप आईजी हैं रेंज के, सर कैन यू प्लीज टेल अस?
देखिए, यहाँ सचेंडी थाने के आसपास जो है बारिश के वजह से जो गाड़ियाँ हमारे मुलजिम लेके आ रहे थे स्किड होके यहाँ पे डिवाइडर में टकरा के पलट के गिरा है, गाड़ी डिसबैलेंस होकर गिरा है और इसमें जो जवान घायल हो गए थे, इसमें जो उसी समय मौके का फ़ायदा उठा के भागने की कोशिश किया, पिस्टल भी छीन लिया था उसने और उसी समय जो है ये घटना हुई है। उन्होंने पीछे जो एसटीएफ आ रही थी उन्होंने उसको अरेस्ट करने की कोशिश किया है, उसी में गोली चली है, तो घायल हुआ है, घायलों को हॉस्पिटल पहुँचाया गया है। वहाँ पर जो डॉक्टरों ने उसके इलाज के दौरान मृत्यु घोषित।
तो हम कंपनी से आ रहे थे तो हम घर जा रहे थे।
क्या रास्ते में देखा आपने?
और हमने यहाँ पे देखा काफी फोर्स खड़ी थी। हम लोगों को भगाया जा रहा था, फिर हम लोग जब वहाँ पे पहुँच गए तो गोलियों की आवाज़ सुनी थी।
गोलियों की आवाज़? जी। लगभग कितनी आवाज़ सुनी थी?
वो सर हम लोगों ने नोटिस नहीं की है।
And from the moment when this particular story broke out, my colleague Ankit Tyagi has been there at ground zero, getting us a blow-by-blow account, getting us the very latest. Ankit joins us again. Ankit, the sequence of events that have led to Vikas Dubey's killing have left so many questions unanswered. Why were media vehicles stopped? There are just so many questions. I'm going to throw straight across to you to highlight what are the facts that just do not add up, quote-unquote facts that are being presented at the moment?
That's right. It has more questions than answers, possibly because Dubey could have, in fact, provided to the police. I'm standing right now, Chaiti. First, let me give you context. This is the mortuary here in Kanpur Nagar, and this is where the body of dreaded gangster Vikas Dubey has been kept. The post-mortem is going on. We have been told that we are expecting the process to go on for the next few hours, and only then the body would be handed over to any family member if somebody wishes to come here. But I was there in the morning at the encounter spot, and if you look at the whole sequence of events, there are too many questions that the UP police need to answer, and we are waiting for a press conference, an opportunity to put those questions to the Uttar Pradesh police. I spoke to IG Mohit Agarwal early in the morning. He was at the encounter spot. Not one single answer given by the IG, despite in fact being at the spot, despite being the senior most officer there. It's very curious that the police says that the vehicle overturned. the condition of the road, because we've been traveling on that road. We were coming. It falls on the road that comes from Delhi to Kanpur. Road is absolutely perfect, though it was raining very heavily. It seems that the car had a soft overturn. All the doors of that vehicle in which Vikas Dubey allegedly was traveling were shut. So it is beyond somebody's belief that a man in his 50s who walks with a limp, is not athletic, is not well built, would come out without opening any door of that car. The police say that 4 policemen were also injured. How was it that he was not injured and he was able to overpower the police officials, 4 of them inside the car, and snatch a weapon? And for Vikas Dubey, if you saw the visuals, this man limps. He can't walk straight. The encounter took place about 100 to 150 meters away from where the car turned. To wrap your head around that a man in his 50s in police custody, was able to jump out of the car, make a run, make a dash for his life, and shoot as well, just about 100, 150 meters, and was killed. Those are many questions that the Uttar Pradesh police will have to answer. Our colleagues from Ujjain, our colleague Arvind Ojha, both were stopped. We were not allowed to travel with the convoy, despite not interfering in the movement of the convoy. We were at a safe distance, only taking visuals. The police possibly did not want that. That raises a lot of suspicion on the conduct of the police. Chaiti, let's not forget that there is no whitewashing as far as Vikas Dubey is concerned. A dreaded criminal had killed 8 policemen, has 60 other cases registered against him. But the fact remains that this is a country where rule of law, the constitution, reigns supreme. If the police decides to be the judge, jury and executioner without, in fact, getting the courts involved, without presenting him in the court, that raises a question, was that done to, in fact, save a few people, to, in fact, suppress some inconvenient truth that the police possibly, because Dubey would have blown out. Now, remember, there are already 2 policemen, one inspector, one sub-inspector, those who are in custody because of their connivance with Vikas Dubey. 200 policemen are attached to the line because of their inaction or connivance with Dubey. Shouldn't all those things needed further investigation rather than on-the-spot custodial killing?
Oh, absolutely. Those are the big questions that are coming up at this point of time. There are more questions than answers, like Ankit Tyagi was just mentioning. And was it really done to conceal some very inconvenient truths? That is something that we will keep questioning. Himanshu is also joining us. Himanshu, just get us details on the contradiction that is coming in from the doctor. The doctor has clearly gone ahead and contradicted the police and said that he was brought dead upon arrival. हिमांशु, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? हाँ जी, आप बताइए हमें। मैं पूछ रही थी कि ये जो डॉक्टर है, उन्होंने पुलिस का जो वर्जन है वो पूरी तरह से कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट कर दिया है। उन्होंने कहा है कि विकास दुबे वाज ब्रॉट डेड अपॉन अराइवल। ये पूरा का पूरा कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन है जो पुलिस जो बता रहे हैं उनसे। इस बारे में कुछ जानकारी दीजिए।
देखिए, अभी ये चूंकि पोस्टमार्टम का भी वेट है, इसमें सबसे पहली बात कि जो डेथ का टाइम है वो भी एकदम एग्जैक्ट आ सकता है, एक छोटे टाइम लैप्स में दे देंगे डॉक्टर। दूसरी चीज, एक और जो इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है जिससे क्लू मिल सकता है, जो यहाँ पर बोला गया कि जब गाड़ी पलटी तो 4 पुलिस वाले घायल हुए, जिसमें कि खुद ये भी बैठा हुआ था विकास दुबे, लेकिन उसके शरीर पर चोट के कोई और निशान, जहां तक अभी सोर्सेज का कहना है कि अभी तक चोट के निशान की जानकारी नहीं थी जो नजर डाली गई है। लेकिन जब डिटेल पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट आएगी तो उसमें से ये चीजें सामने आएंगी, क्योंकि जो इंजरीज जो पुलिस के जो लोग थे उनको जिस तरीके की इंजरीज आई हैं, क्या उस तरह की इंजरी कोई विकास को आई है कि नहीं आई है। तो सबसे बड़ी बात यह है, इनमें दोनों में डिफरेंस देखा जा रहा है कि क्या विकास को गाड़ी के पलटने से कोई चोट लगी या नहीं लगी, ये एक बहुत बड़ा अंतर आता है। दूसरी चीज क्लियरली बोला था उन्होंने, जो आईजी है, कि जब उसे इलाज के दौरान उसकी मौत हुई थी, जबकि हम वहीं पर मौजूद थे। आज तक और इंडिया टुडे अकेला चैनल था जो वहां पर मौजूद था जब विकास दुबे को लेकर के वहां पर टाटा सफारी गाड़ी से पहुंची थी पुलिस की टीम, तो वहां पर मौजूद था। और साफ देख रहे थे। जब टाटा सफारी गाड़ी से निकाल करके ले जाया जा रहा था तो जो गोलियां लगी थी उसकी वजह से काफी खून उसके शरीर पर बिखरा हुआ था, और चूंकि 3 गोलियां जो यहाँ पर ऊपर के जो छाती का हिस्सा है यहाँ पर लगा था, तो जिससे काफी हद तक चीजें साफ उसी वक्त हो गई थी कि किस कंडीशन में।
हिमांशु, आप हमारे साथ बने रहिए। अंकित, also stay with us. Now, the killing of gangster Dubey in an encounter in Kanpur has raised several questions, like Ankit was also highlighting. Ankit's been tracking this story ever since it broke, and these are the questions that one needs answers. These are the questions that one needs to raise as media at this point as well. The UP police, which was already in the dock over letting Dubey escape and cross 3 states, is now being questioned about how the entire encounter even took place. Why is it that the police not seek transit remand of Vikas Dubey after he was arrested in Ujjain? Why was he brought to Kanpur overnight? What was the fleeting hurry in trying to bring him to Kanpur overnight? India Today's team of reporters were tracking Dubey's convoy from Ujjain to Kanpur. The India Today reporters were stopped at least twice. Once in Madhya Pradesh and then just about half an hour before the gangsters' killing. Why? Police says that the car that Dubey was travelling in was speeding. Why are there no visible signs of the car being dragged or skidding? Why is there no real damage to the car if it overturned? On the windshield appeared to be a crack. India Today cameras caught the Don travelling in a Tata Safari, but when the encounter happened, Dubey was in a Mahindra car. Why were the cars even swapped? These are big questions that one needs answers, and these are the big questions that we will keep asking till the answers are sought. Let's now take a look at what the forensic team officials have had to say when they reached the spot. In fact, they claim most of the evidence was washed out. Listen in.
सर, ये गाड़ी अभी कहाँ लेके जाई जाएगी? थाने में। ये वहाँ पर उसकी आगे की जांच करेंगे आप लोग। ये लोग कह रहे हैं 4 घंटे से यहाँ पर गाड़ी थी, फोरेंसिक टीम काफी लेट आई, लोगों ने बड़ा हाथ लगा दिया सब लोगों ने जाके। सब नहीं, क्योंकि फिंगरप्रिंट सही नहीं, सब वॉश आउट हो गया पानी मिलने में, कुछ मिलना नहीं है खास। नहीं, तो क्या एस्टैब्लिश करेंगे आप?
ये देखेंगे कि गाड़ी गिरने के बाद उसमें स्किड मार्क कितने हैं, स्किड मार्क कितने हैं, गाड़ी गिरने के बाद कितनी गिरी, कितनी दूरी डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करी, इसकी जाँच करेंगे।
मतलब इसमें आप ये भी जांच करेंगे कि ये स्टेज तो नहीं है, कैसे खुद गाड़ी गिरी या और कुछ कारण जो भी सवाल उठाए जा रहे हैं उन सब की जांच करेंगे?
जी हाँ।
और आप स्पॉट पे गए थे जहाँ पर एनकाउंटर हुआ?
जी हाँ।
वहाँ से सर कुछ मिल पाया आप लोगों को?
ब्लड के सैंपल मिले हैं वहाँ पर, टेस्ट किए, तो अभी काफी कुछ वाप आउट हो गया है पानी बरसने में, फिर भी टेस्ट किया है तो मिल गए हैं।
तो वहाँ पे क्या बुलेट केसिंग वगैरह भी मिली है आपको?
नहीं मिली है, अभी दिखा नहीं, फिर से चेक करेंगे। अभी
बुलेट केसिंग नहीं मिली?
अभी नहीं मिली है, पानी करने से काफी मिट्टी कीचड़ हो गया है तो दिख नहीं पा रहे।
The killing of Vikas Dubey by Uttar Pradesh police has raised a series of questions due to the suspicious sequence of events that led to his end. When Dubey was heading to Kanpur in a police convoy, he was boarding a Tata Safari, as can be seen at the toll booth, visuals of which are across your screens at the moment. However, he was then shifted from Safari to a Mahindra TUV, which overturned en route Kanpur. Questions are also being raised at the 4-hour gap between shifting Vikas and the injured cops to the hospital. While Dubey was wheeled into hospital at 7:44 a.m., the injured cops were brought to the hospital at 12:14 p.m. The media, which was following police convoy to Kanpur, was stopped by the police at the toll booth at 6:38 a.m. and then Dubey was killed at 7:12 a.m. The UP police claims that Dubey succumbed to injuries at the hospital, but the doctors contradicted the police's claim, saying Dubey was brought dead.
वो पुलिस टीम पे फायर करने लगा। पुलिस द्वारा आत्मरक्षार्थ जवाबी फायरिंग की गई। उपरोक्त विकास दुबे घायल हो गया, जिसे तत्काल ही इलाज हेतु अस्पताल ले जाया गया, जहां इलाज के दौरान उसकी मृत्यु हो गई।
जब वो डॉक्टर साहब यहाँ पर आया था तो मृत था या पहले?
वो ब्रॉड डेड थे, यहाँ पे जो है ब्रॉड डेड थे।
The Uttar Pradesh Special Task Force team was in charge with bringing Vikas Dubey back to Kanpur after he was arrested in MP's Ujjain. India Today followed the convoy back to Kanpur, and we were stopped at a certain point. When asked the police officials said that it was just a routine check. Let's now take a look at this exclusive report from India Today's Arvind Oja that was filed this morning.
जहां भी मीडिया कर्मी फॉलो कर रहे थे, मीडिया कर्मियों को रोका गया। मीडिया कर्मियों को क्यों रोक दिया गया?
नहीं रोका नहीं है, सबको निकलवा रहा है चेक।
नहीं, आपने जानबूझ कर रोका है।
किसी को नहीं रोका गया,
जानबूझ कर रोका गया।
चलिए बढ़ाइए, चेकिंग चलते रहिए।
क्या व्यवस्था, क्यों सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट है विकास दुबे को? विकास दुबे को सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट है क्या?
रोका जा रहा है, जो
जानबूझ कर
कोई नहीं, चेकिंग हो रही है।
पूरी मीडिया को आपने जानबूझ कर नाकेबंदी की है, क्यों किया आपने? आप देख पा रहे हैं यहाँ पर इस तरीके के जो हालात है वो यहाँ पर है। आखिर सवाल यही है कि ऐसा क्या है कि क्या विकास दुबे को किसी तरीके का सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट है कि बाकायदा जो पुलिस है वो मीडिया के कैमरे से विकास दुबे को और उसके काफिले को छुपा कर लेकर जाना चाहती है। तो ये हालात यहाँ पर है और जानबूझ कर ट्रक रोका गया है।
Mashmi Singh is also joining us now. Mashmi, the media was following police convoy to Kanpur, was stopped by the police toll booth, and let's walk our viewers through the timing as well. 6:38 a.m. and then Dubey was killed at 7:12 a.m. as well. There's been some sort of a discrepancy in terms of the timing as well. What really transpired right there?
That's right, Chetri. If you see the chain of events that really happened ever since the STF left with Vikas Dubey from Ujjain, our cavalcade, our teams were following the cavalcade to the T, tracking each and every stretch of the route, more than 700 kilometers. And the big question really is, you know, because you saw what Arvind Ojha was talking to the police force, that why was he stopped? Even our correspondent Ravish was stopped, and the STF and the STF in fact junked away his keys, threw away the car keys somewhere so that he could not follow the entire cavalcade, and that was way earlier somewhere near Madhya Pradesh border. So clearly, Chetri, and here when you have this encounter and the cops reach much later, Vikas Dubey is taken earlier to the hospital and declared dead, it does raise several questions as far as this encounter is concerned. And I was also saying that if you look at this entire stretch, Vikas Dubey had a slight limp. He was not a very quick walker. He couldn't walk very fast. We've seen that in his gait everywhere. And to consider that in fact pushed dozens of security personnel, STF personnel behind and raced through this entire stretch. You can see where people are standing, and he raced through this entire stretch, sprinted with a limp, and
yes,
they fell behind so far that they reached this stretch, which is a 100-meter road. So clearly there are several unanswered questions, and the police needs to answer them, because it is important for the public at large to have faith in the criminal.
So that is one discrepancy of the timing as well. Ankit Tyagi also with us. Ankit, Dubey was wheeled up at the hospital at 7:44 a.m. and the injured cops were brought to the hospital at 12:14. Now, what explains the 4-hour gap between shifting Vikas Dubey and injured cops to the hospital as well? What is the police's version that is coming in? How are they defending themselves? Because a lot of things, as you were mentioning, just do not add up.
Well, the curious part is, Chetri, that they are not answering at all. We ask these questions: where are the cops? No answer. What happened to them? No answer. How many bullets were fired? No answer. How many cops were injured in the firing? 2. What were the bullet injuries? We don't know. How many cops were injured in the car which overturned? 4. What kind of injuries? We don't know. And then, of course, as you are pointing out, Vikas Dubey, either the police is trying to show that they were so magnanimous that he got injured in the firing, and they first took the criminal there, leaving their men on the spot, those who had bullet injuries, to take them later after 4 hours. Nothing in the police story adds up. The amount of holes that there is in this police story is just outrageous. But let me also tell you one thing, Chetri. I think the audacity that Vikas Dubey showed by killing 8 policemen, the police, despite being under the scanner, despite being under the spotlight, despite being chased by the media, showed the same audacity for instant justice. I might not even call it justice, for instant revenge that they have, avenged on Vikas Dubey. Whether this is the real justice that the slain officers, the slain policemen could have been given, wouldn't they have been better served if the police would have been able to interrogate him, question him, unearth the other moles in the department, and let the court, in fact, give him a death penalty, which more or less he surely would have got.
And that's exactly what should have transpired. But here the police decided to act as the judge, jury and the executioner, as well, as you were rightly pointing out earlier as well. Stay with us right there, Maushami and Ankit both. The political war, of course, has begun. It's erupted after notorious gangster Vikas Dubey was shot dead by UP police in an encounter. Former UP Chief Minister and Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav took a jibe at Yogi Adityanath government, claiming that there is Thokoraj in the state. He claimed that Dubey's car did not overturn, but Yogi government was safe from overturning. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi claimed that the gangster was killed to shield the netas. Congress's UP General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra questioned the fate of those who protected the gangster Dubey. BSP Chief Mayawati also questioned the encounter and demanded a Supreme Court monitored probe into the killing of Dubey. She said it was necessary to unravel the police gangster link. The opposition is also claiming that with Dubey's encounter, Don's dirty nexus would be difficult to expose.
विकास दुबे जैसे अपराधी फूल रहे हैं, फल रहे हैं। इनके बड़े बड़े व्यापार हैं, खुले आम अपराध करते हैं, कोई रोकने वाला नहीं होता। पूरा प्रदेश इस बात को जानता है कि इनका संरक्षण राजनीतिक सोर्सेस से होता है, इनका संरक्षण जो सत्ता में है उनसे होता है। सब देख रहे हैं और सब जान रहे हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी की ये मांग है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सिटिंग जज, एक मौजूदा जज द्वारा एक न्यायिक जांच हो, जो पूरे कानपुर कांड का पूरी तरह से उसमें जांच करके जो असलियत है वो जनता के सामने रखे।
जितने भी अपराधी उसके साथ जो इनकाउंटर हुए हैं उनका सीडीआर आज अवेलेबल है। आप सीडीआर जनता के सामने रखिए, सरकार उसमें जानकारी हासिल करे कि आखिरकार उसको कौन जानकारी दे रहा था, कौन कौन लोग शामिल थे, वो क्यों नहीं पर्दा उठा रहे। इसकी हत्या या इसका इनकाउंटर इसलिए किया है कि इसके सीने में बहुत सारे राज दफन थे। जो सीने में राज दफन थे वो राज न खुल जाएं, राज से वो पर्दा ना उठ जाए, क्योंकि अगर पर्दा उठ जाता तो बीजेपी को अपने सवालों का जवाब नहीं दे सकती थी। और ये कारण ही पलटी है, मुख्यमंत्री जी ने अपनी सरकार पलटने से बचाया है।
गाड़ी रुकी, उसमें पिस्तौल या राइफल छीनी, भागा और गोली मार दी गई। तीनों एनकाउंटर एक तरीके से हुए हैं। ये थोड़ा एक प्रश्न चिन्ह लगता है। मुझे तो एक आशंका इसकी पहले से ही थी, क्योंकि इसके पास जो राज थे, कौन कौन राजनीतिक हस्तियां इससे जुड़ी हुई थी, इन सब चीज़ों का खुलासा होता है।
इस घटना ने समूचे पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम को एक्सपोज किया है। पुलिस का जो शेल्टर देने का तरीका है उसको एक्सपोज किया है। इसलिए वक्त आ गया है कि प्रधानमंत्री स्वयं इसमें लीड लें। और ये मैं ब्लेम गेम पॉलिटिक्स के भी खिलाफ हूँ। अपराधियों की कोई ना तो पार्टी होती है, ना उनका कोई दल होता है। जहाँ शहद होता है मधुमक्खी वहाँ जाती है। और आमतौर पे जो शासक दल है उससे ही चूंकि ज़्यादा उम्मीद रहती है बचने की, तो उनके नेताओं के आसपास ही इनके बड़े जमावड़े होते हैं।
अफसोस और मातम की बात उन लोगों के लिए होगी जो लोग कल पकड़ लिया तो कह रहे थे कि जिंदा क्यों पकड़ लिया, आज मर गया तो कह रहे हैं कि मर कैसे गया, कई राज दफन हो गए। ये वो अफसोस कर रहे होंगे जो कल कुछ और कह रहे थे, आज कुछ और कह रहे हैं। कल दोनों जगह भाजपा की सरकार है ऐसा कह रहे थे।
समाजवादी पार्टी जिला पंचायत का टिकट दे करके उनकी पत्नी को चुनाव लड़ाती है। बसपा के नेता थाने में अनशन पर बैठते हैं। कांग्रेस ने क्या किया सब सामने आएगा, परंतु जब नहीं मिल रहा था तो तरह तरह की बातें की जा रही थी। जब पकड़ा गया भाग रहा था, जब पुलिस के ऊपर हमला करेगा, पिस्टल लेके भागेगा तो पुलिस की आरती तो उतारेगी नहीं। और योगी आदित्य का नाम तो अपराधियों का काल, जिस दिन से बैठे हैं उनसे ही अपराधियों का एनकाउंटर होता चला जा रहा है। मुझे लगता है अब उत्तर प्रदेश में कोई अपराधी सही सलामत नहीं रहेगा, उसका जहां स्थान है वहीं पहुंचाया जाएगा।
जिसमें 8 पुलिस वालों का क्या की इसका विरोध पुलिस ने जो किया है एनकाउंटर, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का सवाल है। अगर पुलिस के कार्रवाई के ऊपर किसी ने उठाना चाहिए।
We are getting a reaction from Congress spokesperson Randeep Surjewala, who reacted on this incident. Listen into what the Congress party has to say on this.
How and when and in what fashion will this nexus be probed, will be found, will be revealed, and will be punished is a question that the Home Minister of India, Shri Amit Shah, and Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Adityanath, needs to answer to people of UP and the country. And Indian National Congress therefore demands that the unholy nexus of organized crime and the ilk of Vikas Dubey with those sitting in the echelons of power be probed by a sitting Supreme Court judge.
Joining us live is Jayant Chaudhary, National Vice President of the RLD. Jayant Chaudhary, appreciate you joining us on this broadcast. Do you wish to see that the Yogi Adityanath administration goes ahead and orders immediate suspension of all the police officers involved?
Well, I'm not sure you can put the blame only on police here, because there is an enabling environment that encourages everyone in Uttar Pradesh to take law into their own hands. When you have the Chief Minister himself exhorting police to shoot criminals at sight, and that has been part of his whole pitch. And I can't even blame the Chief Minister, because that is his image that he has sustained for many, many years in Gorakhnath. So you can't just blame the officer who was involved in today's encounter. You can't blame an officer who will claim that my weapon was taken from me. When we all know the truth. We all know the truth that the orders came from top.
What do you mean by top?
Well, if there is a robust inquiry, and we live in a democracy where there are many institutions that play vital roles at checks and balances, I hope the courts also take suo motu cognizance of this. And if there is an inquiry,
the courts will take suo motu cognizance when they do of this particular incident. But when you say that the orders have come from top and you cannot be blaming the Yogi Adityanath government for what has happened, who are you pointing the blame? Tell us straight.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying the government is completely and squarely to be blamed. I was talking about Yogi Adityanath's personal perspective on how to deal with crime. When you have a lawmaker who does not believe in legal processes, who emboldens his own officers to take law into their own hands, and that is what he's been doing from day one, since he became Chief Minister. That is part of a culture he himself has created. So I'm putting the blame entirely on Yogi Adityanath, but what I was trying to say was that is a culture he knows. That is the only language he knows. And it's unfortunate that in a democracy we have leaders like that.
I also want to bring in this other perspective on this. It is Yogi Adityanath became, nobody's justifying what has happened, and nobody's taking the sides of Yogi Adityanath as well. But he's become the Chief Minister about 3 years ago as well. But even before he became the Chief Minister, Vikas Dubey had been reigning supreme for about over 30 years. And even after so many registered cases against him, he was enjoying political patronage even in the former administration.
No, you have to agree with that. Our judicial system doesn't work. But just because a system is not working efficiently, you don't throw away the bath with the baby. You don't throw away all the water with the baby. You have to reform the system. You have to talk about reforms. You have to debate that issue. But when a lawmaker, again I repeat myself, when a Chief Minister doesn't have faith in judicial processes, when we are succumbing to a mob culture of satisfying a bloodlust of instant justice, justice cannot be meted out by mobs. We have UP police that has sent out this message to the whole world today that UP police cannot stop crime, UP police cannot apprehend a criminal, UP police cannot investigate a crime, UP police cannot collect forensic evidence on any crime that has happened in time. Yes, if any other state police hands us a criminal, we will kill him when he's in our custody so that he cannot spill the beans in court. That is what
what is the kind of
message
action, Jayant Chaudhary, you would like to see done? Because this is a case of an extrajudicial killing. When you have inconvenient truths that people might just expose, and you know, when the administration feels that police and politicians want to bump off inconvenient truths, these kind of encounters and extrajudicial killings take place, which goes against the ethos of democracy as well. How would you see action? Want to see action take place?
So there's been a series of events. It's not just Vikas Dubey. I think about 5 or 6 murders have happened. I mean, encounters have happened over the last few days. It's clear that people like Vikas Dubey do not survive and thrive in Uttar Pradesh political landscape without support. And that entire enabling ecosystem needs to be exposed. I urge upon police officers who value their commitment to their uniform and to their culture and to their force that they must come out and stop this culture where we are encouraging police to start shooting criminals. And, you know, for me, I'll bring out 2 points in history that we should remember today. One is Chaudhry Charan Singh Ji, who instituted the National Police Commission in our country, who always stood out for police reforms, but who protested against the police during the Maya Tyagi Kand. You remember Maya Tyagi case? It was a very famous case where a girl's modesty and you know, this case of police was involved. And he spoke out against it. And there was a huge social revolution and a movement on that issue. The second point in history you must remember is when VP Singh was Chief Minister, and in 1982, he followed an encounter policy very similar to what Yogi did, but that did not stop criminals. That did not stop organized crime. It, in fact, emboldened them. It emboldened police to wage sort of atrocities on common people. And then VP Singh took moral responsibility and resigned as Chief Minister. So I think it's time that Yogi... You
want to see Yogi Adityanath's resignation take place now? Do you think he should resign as the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh? He's completely failed the administration and the people of the state, you feel?
See, I'm in the opposition. It would have been very politically expedient for me to sideskip this entire issue and just say that Vikas Dubey got what he deserved. But it's a slippery slope. As a citizen, I feel concerned. Today it's Vikas Dubey. Tomorrow it could be an RTI activist. It could be a prominent journalist. It could be a Gandhian who is non-violent. Just because he's inconvenient to the state. That is why I'm speaking out today. That's why I feel that Yogi, apart from political short-term benefits, he must, you know, look beyond that and look at the larger moral landscape that we must make for ourselves. Yes, he should resign.
Oh, absolutely. That's a fantastic way to end this interview. Jayant Chaudhary over there sticking his neck out, saying that Yogi Adityanath should resign, and this is no way of justice being done, but it is a case of extrajudicial killing. I thank you very much and appreciate you taking the time out and joining us on this broadcast. Maushami Singh, who's reporting from Kanpur, and Ashutosh is also with us. First up to you, Maushami. Maushami, at this point of time, what is the sense that you're picking up from the police? Ankit was mentioning earlier, many questions are being asked of the police, but no answers that are coming in on several questions that are being raised at this point by the media.
See, it's a matter of fact, Chaiti, that in encounters like this, when you know he's not been produced in court, the police, the STF in this case is the unit that was ferrying carrying Vikas from Ujjain to Kanpur. They are supposed to give an entire detailed report of the encounter to the higher officials and to the Chief Minister. So we will have to wait and see how the STF in fact explains this encounter, which has raised several questions. And you know, very importantly, as we said, that would Vikas living answer more questions than he's dead? Because there were several cases against him, more than 60 criminal cases against him. He'd been in the BSP, he'd been in the SP sometime. He was one person who could decide the fate of political candidates. He was known as the Dawn of Shivli. The entire stretch, not only of Kanpur, he was the most dreaded in Kanpur, but the entire stretch from Kanpur to Urai and further was a reign of terror, a tight leash which Vikas Dubey held. He decided who will remain as a politician and who won't, which police officer will be deputed deputed and who won't be deputed. And that's why we see an entire meltdown, a collapse of system in that shootout that happened. One police official who felt insulted and humiliated and who felt outraged by the behavior of this particular Don Mafia. He goes, takes a team of people, and then there is a shootout that opens a Pandora's box that cascades into this encounter. Despite the fact that there is one theory mooted from the top to the bottom, there is no discounting the fact that there are gaping holes, and many gaping holes have been pointed out by India Today, because India Today was tracking it from the start to the finish. We would keep raising.
So let's also bring in Ashutosh right there. Ashutosh, we've been tracking this story from start to finish, and as Maushami also pointing out, there are just so many loopholes, and we've been highlighting that time and again. If you could just, for our viewers who have just tuned in, encapsulate where all does the story does not add up. This seems to be a classic tale of a broken administration system at its best.
Well, a history sheeter who was absconding for a very long day and, killed 8 policemen, including a CEO level officer, was caught by a security guard of a private company of a security guard in a temple premises. Then he arranged a photo op opportunity, releases certain pictures, he then releases further videos, arranged that there has to be, he ensured that there has to be some mobile footage and cameras around when he's going to surrender. When police naps him, he announces that he's the one. Later, when he's handed over to the UPSTF, the India Today crew, Ravish Kumar, who was following him all the way, his key was taken away by the STF men at the petrol pump. So that was some attempt that UP police did not want the media should, follow him, chase him, or to get to know what the plan is. Further, when Arvind Ojha saw the similar cavalcade while following, the STF cavalcade, all the vehicles were stopped at a barricade point. What they said that since it's a corona patrolling and they are checking frisking all the vehicles. But the minutes later, that 15-minute mysteriously, the thousands of secrets of, the dirty politics and nexus of mafia, police and, mafia in the system could have come out, now has been buried with this dead body of Vikas Dubey, who's now under post-mortem right behind me at the post-mortem center, and report is likely to come out in 3 to 4 hours. But what is very important, what is very significant, that post-mortem report will reveal how he was killed. If there's a short range of firing, because police said he was escaped, he tried to escape with weapon, he tried to fire on the policeman, and perhaps that was a retaliation by the police force. The post-mortem is going to be actually the very substantial as far as the police claim in this concern, because remember, it is the police who have to now prove and substantiate, justify their action, as they have said it was only a retaliation.
Right. Arvind Ojha is also with us. Arvind Ojha, picking cue from what Ashutosh was also saying, आपको वहाँ पर रोका गया था, आप फॉलो कर रहे थे वो व्हीकल और आपको रोका गया था. आप जरा हमें बताएंगे क्या हुआ वहाँ पर, अरविंद? अरविंद, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? All right, Arvind will be joining us in just about a bit. But India Today has also accessed exclusive visuals of gangster Vikas Dubey in and outside Mahakal Temple. Here is Vikas Dubey at the entrance of Mahakal Temple in Ujjain. Let's play those visuals out for you now. Here, those are the visuals across your screens. He can be seen entering the temple, but no one, including the guards and the security men, seem to have identified him at that particular moment. You can see him entering right now. Dubey can be seen limping as well. You can see his limp. He used to limp while he used to walk. Then Vikas Dubey is inside the Mahakal entrance. A policeman can be seen walking behind Vikas Dubey as well. Again, nobody seems to have noticed him. Then Vikas Dubey leaves for the Mahakal temple. A policeman can also be seen there leaving the temple. The visuals on your screens are from outside the Mahakal temple, where Vikas Dubey can be seen walking. There are vehicles flying on the road. Police barricades are also visible. This remains to be our top focus.